Well, before the UAE and Bahrain joined Egypt and Jordan, those two were the only Arab countries to formally recognise Israel, and they did so in the 70s and 90s respectively. So this development's been a very long time coming. Let's speak to Issam Akamawi from BBC Arabic about it. Issam, thanks for joining us. I want to pick up on the point we heard from that Bahraini citizen who was saying, look, we're letting down the Palestinians. What's the counter-argument from the government to that point?
Well, the government in Bahrain and the Emirates have been using social media to put forward their point of view that there is a new reality in the Middle East, and therefore they have to deal with this reality. They think that they will have some leverage on Israel in the future, and they think that by having a relationship with Israel, Israel will soften its stance vis-à-vis the Palestinians. This is the official line from these two governments. On grassroots level, especially in Bahrain, there is a great deal of hostility and objection to the signing the normalisation treaty yesterday in the White House. Most Bahrainis, we've been watching and monitoring social media, are against this kind of deal, and they think that they are letting the Palestinians down, and they shouldn't have done it before the Palestinians were able to establish their own independent state with Jerusalem as its capital.
You mentioned that Bahrain and UAE hope they'll be able to influence Israel after this deal. Is that your analysis?
Well, that's what they're saying. In terms of influencing Israel, I don't think Israel, if you look at what Israel has offered during the negotiations or before this, it hasn't really offered anything. Netanyahu himself talks about peace for peace, peace from a position of strength, and he brags about not yielding to the Palestinians. And also the rhetoric coming from the Israeli government and from the U.S. administration is that the Palestinian cause has been sidelined now, and people in the Middle East are fed up with the Palestinians and they just want to move on. Now, on the ground, the picture is somewhat completely different.
Thank you very much indeed. We're always indebted to our colleagues from BBC Arabic on stories from the Middle East.